Getting ready to take sail on a cruise out of Miami, you might find yourself with some free time where you can actually enjoy what Miami has to offer. Hey everybody, this is Brandon the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every single weekend, and I also live here in Miami. So I am constantly in Port Miami and in the city of Miami, and I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts on what I think you all could do if you have some extra time to kill. Maybe you have an 11 p.m. flight, or even if you have a 5 p.m. flight to go back home. Maybe you come in first thing in the morning, as you should, to make the ship, and you have some time to kill before boarding actually begins. Wanted to give you some options of what you can do to experience some of the culture and history here in Miami. Now, I'm not going to go through the entry fees because they can be different by each location, as well as what package you're going to buy. I'm not going to go over the hours of operation. And I'm not going to go over directions of how to get to these places because I think most of you have Google Maps. But with all that being said, let's dive on into a few of the places I think you would really enjoy hanging out at. The first one, and this is probably the most iconic here in Miami, is going to be South Beach. Now, South Beach is right past the cruise port, but to get there, there can be a little bit of traffic. But if you go to South Beach, you're going to be looking for bars, walking the streets and seeing Art Deco. I'll even link down below, there's some Art Deco walking tours that you might be interested in seeing with Get Your Guide. So it is a great place. Know that it's a little bit touristy over there. So what I mean by that, you're gonna be expecting to pay a lot more for drinks. So if you get a drink over there that has alcohol in it, it's gonna come up to $17, $20 per beverage over there. It is pricey, but it is a beautiful area. I love walking around South Beach, and you can even enjoy the gym. One thing I will call out here is there is a place where you can store luggage at South Beach called the Luggage Lounge is what it's called. And so they are per fee, but if you want to go enjoy the beach, store your luggage somewhere, you're going to be able to do all of that over at South Beach. The next place that you may want to spend some time, and this is my personal favorite on the list, and it is true Miami culture and history, is the Vizcaya Museum and Gardens located down in Coconut Grove. So it is a little bit south of Miami, but not far at all. It's an easy Uber ride or taxi if you need to take that there. Or you can take the Miami trolley that I'll put a video up here too, so you can figure that out to get there for free. But it is a beautiful old house. From 1922 is when it was completed, and it was about $15 million to build. I think that was in those numbers. So as you can imagine, it is beautiful. It is right on the water. Strong Renaissance Italian features throughout that are inspired. And it's like walking back in history. The gardens there are beautiful. They've got this beautiful center dome that's open up to all the elements. It is a absolutely magnificent property. Even has one of my favorite things, a pipe organ on the inside that you may hear somebody playing while you visit. So definitely something that you'd want to check out. You'll probably want to spend about 2 to 3 hours at this location. And they do not, unfortunately, have guaranteed luggage. So if you have luggage that you want to store with you, this might not be the best spot to check out because they don't guarantee it. It looks like you could get away with it, but I don't want to promise something and then you can't do it. And the third thing that's going to be on our list today, and I know all of you will know this one, when you think of Florida, what do you think about? Alligators and gators. So we're going to have a Everglades boat ride and airboat experience that you can participate in. And so you can get to this from the Bayside Marketplace. They'll have a bus that picks you up and takes you over to the Everglades. You can also get this one normally from your cruise ship. There will be an excursion that will take you to the Everglades and then back to the airport if you're flying out that day, which I think is a fantastic and very easy option to have direct service from the ship to the Everglades, about an hour and a half away. But they have amazing shots. The tour guides there really get you up close and personal. The fourth thing here, and this one's going to be resonating with our kids that watch the channel, is the Children's Museum here in Miami. This is one that I have not been to. I don't have kids, so I can't really vouch for how good this is, but the people that go there seem to really like it. The thing you need to know about a children's museum is it's going to be extremely interactive. It is meant to teach your kids something in a fun environment. And from the website, sounds like the Miami Children's Museum does not disappoint. The way that you get tickets here, though, is they have 2 time slots during the day. They've got a morning session and an afternoon session. You buy into that session slot, and you have that period of time that you and your family will be able to enjoy the museum. Then at the end of it, you will need to leave for the next group to come in and enjoy their time as well. The next 2 on here are, in my opinion, kind of a twofer. If you go to one, you might as well go to the other one because they are going to be side by side. And so the first one in this situation is going to be the Perez Art Museum. Now the Perez Art Museum, very close to the cruise terminal, so you're looking at about a $10 Uber ride to get you over there. It will be the closest of options, but it is a contemporary modern art gallery. So they've got traditional installations, permanent exhibitions, as well as temporary people that they are putting on display to really try to wow you with contemporary art. I would say this place takes about an hour to an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how much you want to read and take in. It's not as large as I thought it was going to be when I went just this past weekend to check it out and see what all they had to offer. Also looks like they have a great restaurant in the back of it that's going to overlook the cruise port, something that I personally would love to sit down and do one of these days. But this is going to be the closest option to the ship. And then the second one in this twofer is going to be the Frost Museum of Science. And it is a natural science museum, and it's going to feature all the things that you can expect, such as aquariums, the mammoths. It's going to go through all the different animals and things of our planet, including a planetarium that you can look at. They've got 6 different floors for you to explore there. It is by far the largest of all the items that I'm throwing at you today that you can do, and probably will take you the longest to go through. So if you've got more time, you could head over to the Frost Science Museum because that's going to give you a lot more that you can do. It's highly interactive. The kids are going to really appreciate being able to learn about science as well as be able to have that hands-on interactive experience. If you are coming with a larger group of people, or maybe you just have some kids who can do by themselves and you can go over to the art museum, which again is very, very close, that's going to be a way that you can all win and get something that you like. At the Science Museum, they do have luggage storage available as well, so just make sure when you're going in there, you will be able to check your luggage without a problem. So it makes it super easy for us cruise passengers that are going to come with 1 or 2 pieces of suitcases behind us. A couple of pro tips that you want to make sure that you are aware of before you go to any of these locations, and the first one's going to be make sure you're checking the time and buying your ticket in advance. There can be some lines when you get to these different locations, so make sure you're doing that. It'll also walk you through what the best options are because some of them have multiple different programs that you can purchase. The second best practice here is make sure you're bringing a headset with you, a personal headset device that you can put into your ears if you do decide to get the guided tour option. It's something that I'm personally a fan of. I love guided tours because I can play what I want to and listen to what I want to. And if I get bored of it, I can just move on and go to the next one. But the way they do that, you all may remember the old school modules where they gave you a handheld device. Now they have an app on your phone. You'll download it and you'll play the information from the museum directly from your phone into your personal headset. And it's super easy, but it is definitely a best practice to bring your own headset because if you don't, you're going to be holding your phone up to your ear so that you can listen to it, but not disturb everybody else at the same time. And the last pro tip here is don't store your luggage at the airport. The airport's not very close. They do have luggage at the airport, but the Miami airport is massive and it may not be close. I think the luggage storage is over in Terminal E. It's probably not going to be close to where you're flying out of, and it's going to add stress to your situation. So hopefully there's 1 or 2 of these items that is going to pique your interest. I know that I'm a fan of a lot of these, but as you heard, not necessarily all of them. So hopefully this gives you some insight in what you and your family are going to be looking to do on your cruise vacation when you're in Miami, whether you're coming in early or you're leaving late. Give yourself some time to explore the rich culture here in Miami. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.